So Jean, I'm learning about Lectio Divina, and my question is, I get to a point of feeling or sensing some supernatural enlightenment in my mind. Um, I'm I'm finding a resonance between two texts, and but then it seems certainly not immediate for me right now, at least, that the seed of this word falls into the will, and in sort of a flash. And I know it wouldn't be like a stunning revelation, but something that I am not creating by my own human cleverness or creativity. What do we do in that meantime when we can't control that dropping of the seed into the heart or the will? So stay there, be humble, beg, tell the Lord, this is the most important thing. I'm going to die. I'm going to starve without your word. Tell me. Do we stay there in silence? Do we just continually read the text? What if after an hour it hasn't happened? Do I assume there's some blockage from my part? Yeah. I know that's a lot of questions, but
no. It's absolutely fine. Your question, it depends how it is asked, upstream or downstream, in the sense that, am I asking a question before practicing Lectio Divina? What am I expecting? What am I supposed to do? Or I tried, I did my best, and then afterward, what am I supposed to do? I think asking a question, these two different moments is a slightly different outcome. If I'm asking myself before starting Lectio Divina, am I expecting the Lord to talk to me? It is important to work a lot personally on strengthening the act of faith.
Yes.
Lectio Divina, to a great extent, is a very powerful act of faith from our part. Remember the act of the blind man. He's begging, he's a beggar, and he's asking and begging Jesus to heal him, he wants to see. But the first reaction is the silence, God's silence, Jesus' silence. Second thing is the apostles are blaming him and asking him to shut up and leave them because they were just crossing from a village to the other one. So the temptation here is to misinterpret God's silence. And I'm talking here upstream, not the other way around. So what is my attitude? And I think that here the gospel should help us a lot to strengthen our understanding of what is Lectio Divina. Is Lectio Divina just something invented? And I do always explain it when I present Lectio Divina, which is why the introduction to Lectio Divina is not just an introduction, it's a strengthening. But if you explain the reason why it exists, where it's there, you strengthen your own faith about it. Will the Lord again and again speak to me today? Will the Lord leave all the problems in the world and come to my home, sit down on the chair in front of my desk and talk to me still? Do I have such an importance to him so he would make that effort and consider our relationship as a unique relationship while he has other problems to sort? That's the challenge, you see. And why I feel I'm okay, I'm sort of okay. What do I need? What is new that I need? You see, all these sort of temptations to resist, or not to resist, sorry, to sort of escape gently and elegantly, allegedly elegantly, from this insisting state of the beggar, the blind man beggar, or the Syro-Phoenician lady who is asking the Lord to heal her daughter, who's very ill, about to die maybe, and the Lord even replies in a very rude way, in the sense like we don't give the food of the children to the dogs. So he's treating her not as a child, but as a dog. As a dog, you know, the street dog is an insult. Trust me, it is an insult. And I'm not saying that Jesus is misbehaving, but I'm just helping you and everybody to understand that it is a challenge. The silence of God is a challenge, and we need to question, is God really silent or not? Silent to me, not in general in the world. He talks to the Pope, he talks to the bishop. No, is he silent in my life? And sadly, we sort of reached a point where we behave with God as if we accepted the fact that he's a silent God. This is why I always try to root Lectio Divina into the liturgy of the word, and in a living, deep, grace-filled understanding of the sacramentality of the proclamation of the word in the Mass in my parish, in your parish, in whoever is listening to us parish. Your parish, every day, I hope you are blessed to have a priest who is celebrating the Mass, and then you have the proclamation of the word, the first reading, and whatever it is, and then the gospel. This proclamation is a sacramental, means you hear the voice, the sound of the voice of the reader, but in fact it's Jesus who uses it to talk to you. Now what happens is that we live in a society, we live in a culture where we are rushing, running, so we don't have time to receive that sacramentality. This is hence the necessity for a digestion or a listening process. This is Lectio Divina. I'm not fanatical about the expression, change Lectio Divina, put another word instead of it. I don't mind, that's not the point. The point is to understand. So now when I open the book to the daily readings I open the daily readings, what am I doing? Am I convincing myself that Jesus will come to talk to me? No, it started before me. He came to my parish this morning when the priest celebrated the Mass. And then he talked. I was there or wasn't there, that's not the issue. It's mandatory on Sunday, but it's not mandatory during the week. If I have the possibility to do it, that's a blessing. But if I can't, that's fine. It's mandatory till now. The law, the church law is this. No, it's Sunday. But he came. And I'm here wanting to pray, and I want his word. I need his word. I need his guidance. I need to be transformed by him. So do I understand? That's one point. Second point. Do I understand Jesus' thirst to talk to me? This, and you could see it in the 15 points when I present the lecture again, I say 15 points. The preparation is 5 points. Amongst these 5 points is to consider Jesus' thirst, desire, yearning to talk to me. So it's not optional. And to talk to me is not it's not just having a chit chat or a conversation. It's a transformative moment. It's the most powerful, boosting way of prayer. The rest is repetitive. This one is not repetitive. Lectio Divina cannot in a million years be repetitive. I'm not saying that the grace of God is repetitive in other ways of prayer. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying that this is transformative. It transforms us. While the other types of prayer could just gently say, okay, fine, we're going in the same direction. But here, no, he goes in the other direction, which is to heal my will. So upstream, I need to, in different waves of temptation and counter temptation, I resist temptation in faith by saying, no, Jesus wants to talk to me. So I gather my energy more, like the beggar, no? So now this is upstream. Now downstream, if it doesn't work, it could happen. Recently, a very dear member of the School of Mary said, why do you accept and say to people that it doesn't work sometimes? You seem to say that it doesn't work, that it's common. I said, I'm not saying that it's common, but I'm saying here you have a person who is starting or learning or making an effort, and then he or she made the effort, and then after an hour or whatever, he says or she says, no, I failed. What am I supposed to do? am I supposed to make this person feel sad and depressed and not stand up again? Or am I saying, okay, just accept it, go on with your day, and then tomorrow you'll make the effort again, you see? So I'm not accepting the fact that that we can fail, in the sense that it happens from God's intention, but it happens from the human being intention. But in the same time, I don't want to increase the sense of guilt to the point that you block the person. You understand? You need to be a little bit of a pastor in the story, no? You can't just come and bang with the truth. Yes, the truth is there, and you need it in order to practice it. And it's a fight. It's a really warfare. It's a battle with yourself, no? To come out of yourself. Yes, I need that. But then say it's failed. It happens. Now, you see, this is what I would say in my answer. I have an absolute certainty. People can, and I say it with great humility, people might say that I am too audacious or too hopeful for everybody. I have an absolute certainty that Jesus, the Lord, the risen Lord, wants to talk to each one of us. And the reason why he wants to talk is that he wants to transform us. Lectio Divina is not just listening, it's putting into practice. It burns me, it transforms me. So it's not easy. I'm constantly pushed out of my comfort zone with Lectio Divina, which is not the case with other types of prayer. This is what I wanted to say. So I have this absolute faith because he loves me, and whoever loves wants to transform, to give his love. And giving his love, he is different than me. If I think that I am fine, this is what Jesus said. I came for the sinner. I didn't come for people who are fine. So if I'm healthy, if I am convincing myself that I'm healthy, well, better not to do Lectio Divina. Lectio Divina is to go blindly and say, okay, I think I'm fine, but there is probably some area in me that is dark, but I don't see it. This is why I say I'm blind. I'm not blind generally. I'm blind on the point that I will learn today. You see, this is what I can say. I don't know if it helps.
Absolutely. Yes.